Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived a poor tailor's apprentice. He was a simple young man, with a kind heart and a quick mind, but not a single coin to his name. One day, while wandering lost and weary in a great, dark forest, something extraordinary happened. As night fell, a small, bright light appeared in the distance. He followed it, hoping to find shelter, and came across a tiny cottage. Inside, an old man with a long white beard sat by a crackling fire. Seeing the young tailor's plight, the old man offered him a warm meal and a place to sleep for the night. The tailor, grateful, accepted his kindness. The next morning, the old man, sensing the goodness in the tailor's heart, decided to reveal a secret. He spoke of an enchanted stag, a creature of immense power, causing chaos throughout the forest. But capturing this stag, he said, would bring great reward. The tailor, though humble, possessed a brave spirit. He felt a pull, a sense of duty to help restore peace to the forest. He thanked the old man and set off on this new, unexpected quest. He didn't know it then, but this single decision was the first step on a path that would change his life forever. Deep in the woods, the tailor found himself in a clearing where a fierce bull and the magnificent enchanted stag were locked in a ferocious battle. The air crackled with raw power as they clashed. The tailor watched, hidden, his heart pounding. The stag, with antlers that seemed to touch the sky, was powerful, but the bull was relentless. After a long and brutal fight, the bull finally gored the stag, and the magical creature fell to the ground. The tailor, seeing his chance, rushed forward. With a surprising burst of strength, he leaped onto the bull's back, a wild and dangerous ride. But the bull, exhausted from its fight, eventually tired and was subdued. The tailor then turned his attention to the fallen stag. He was about to claim its majestic antlers as his prize when the stag suddenly spoke. Its voice was weak, but clear. It told the tailor that he was under an enchantment, and the only way to break the spell was to find the two men who had cursed him. They were hiding in the form of two birds, perched in a nearby tree, holding a burning light between them. The stag pleaded with the tailor to defeat them, explaining that only then could he be free. The tailor, moved by the stag's plea and driven by his innate sense of justice, agreed without hesitation. His quest was no longer for reward, but for liberation. The tailor looked up and saw the two birds, just as the stag had described, holding a flickering light. He knew what he had to do. He picked up a stone, took aim, and with a single, perfect throw, he knocked the light from their grasp. In that instant, the birds transformed back into two sinister-looking men, who fell to the ground, defeated. At the same moment, the stag's form began to shift and change. Its animal features softened, its antlers receded. And where the magical beast had lain, there now stood a handsome young man, a prince. Finally free from his long and terrible curse. The prince, overjoyed and eternally grateful, embraced the tailor as a brother. The newly freed prince wanted to celebrate. He led the tailor to the very same cottage where the tailor had spent the night. But now, it was no longer a tiny, humble hut. The enchantment was broken, and the cottage had transformed back into a magnificent, sprawling castle. It was the prince's home. The old man from the night before was there to greet them, his eyes twinkling. He was a loyal servant of the prince, who had been waiting patiently for his master's return. The prince declared a great feast to honor the tailor, the humble apprentice who had shown such incredible courage and kindness. During the celebration, the prince's sister, a princess of breathtaking beauty, entered the grand hall. When her eyes met the tailor's, something magical happened, a spark of instant connection, of love at first sight. But just as their story was about to begin, a new darkness fell upon the castle. The very sorcerer who had cursed the prince, enraged by his defeat, returned for revenge. He used his dark powers to whisk the princess away, trapping her in a deep, magical slumber. The prince and the tailor were devastated. The castle that had just been filled with joy was now cloaked in sorrow. The tailor, his heart aching for the princess he had only just met, vowed to rescue her. He would not let the sorcerer's evil triumph. His journey had taken another turn. It was no longer about rewards or even freeing a prince. It was now a quest fueled by love, a desperate mission to save the princess from her glassy prison. The prince, though heartbroken, gave the tailor his blessing and all the resources of the kingdom. The tailor, now a hero in his own right, set off once more, this time towards the lonely mountain. The journey to the mountain was perilous. The tailor faced treacherous landscapes, cunning magical traps, and monstrous creatures sent by the sorcerer to stop him. But he pressed on, his courage never wavering, his love for the princess acting as a guiding star. He used his cleverness to outsmart goblins, and his bravery to face down griffins. Each obstacle he overcame only strengthened his resolve. Finally, after a long and arduous quest, he reached the summit of the desolate mountain. There, just as he had feared, he found the glass coffin, gleaming ominously under the gray sky. The princess lay inside, beautiful and still, lost in an enchanted sleep. As the tailor approached the coffin, the sorcerer appeared in a flash of dark smoke and fury. A great battle ensued. The sorcerer unleashed torrents of dark magic, but the tailor, armed with his courage and a simple but pure heart, was surprisingly resilient. He dodged spells and fought back with everything he had. The tailor realized that the sorcerer's power was fueled by fear and despair. So, instead of fighting magic with magic, he fought with hope. He called out to the princess, telling her of his love, reminding her of the joy and light in the world. His words, filled with genuine love and courage, were a power the sorcerer could not comprehend. This pure emotion began to weaken the dark magic. In the final moments of the battle, the tailor saw his chance. He focused all his love and hope into a single, decisive action. He didn't use a sword or a spell, but something far more powerful. He touched the glass coffin. At his touch, a brilliant light erupted from within, shattering the dark magic surrounding it. The glass coffin, once a symbol of imprisonment, dissolved into a shower of shining dust. The sorcerer, his power broken, shrieked and vanished into nothingness. The princess's eyes fluttered open. She was free. The spell was broken, not by force, but by the undeniable power of a courageous and loving heart. The tailor had proven that true strength isn't about might, but about the light you carry inside. He and the princess returned to the castle, where they were celebrated as heroes and their love story could finally, truly begin. Thanks for watching.
Good night from Sleepy Tail.